Hey there, my beloveds. It's Monica Bermudez. I wanted to record this message for the 5 things to know about this 1212 portal. As I'm recording this still like the first week of December and already feeling this portal energy as it's building up. It's very, very strong. I didn't get a chance to do a video for the whole month of December, but I do talk about it in some areas in my Instagram and also in my podcast. This month is definitely it being the last month of the year. There's a lot of stuff going on aside, from the holidays, but there's Schumann resonance increase. There is, a lot of the energy from the collective of trying to rush, like almost like a rat race of getting one place to another to have all the decorations ready for the holidays and having, setting up all these parties. So all these things, some of these things are fun, but at the same time, it could be a little bit stressful. And I'm going to be talking a little more on my podcast with some other episodes that I want to share. So it's a lot going on. It's a mixture of all these energies. So if you're feeling a little out of sorts, for one, that's normal because of the energies. And just want to share, that for this month, we still have some planets that are in retrograde. There's planet, I believe the Neptune just went direct the first week of December. And Neptune was like this illusionary planet, but it also generates like all these bizarre dreams. So I found myself having like really weird dreams. And I noticed that right at the end of November, we had the full moon. It was a full moon in Gemini, but for some reason, and I found like for this full moon in particular, I could not sleep at all. And it lasted for like a whole week. And I think that full moon was in effect probably for like until Sunday, or Sunday or Monday, and that's when I could actually rest a little bit. But I'm still feeling some other energies, like the Schumann resonance when it goes up. There's times that I can't sleep at night either. And so during that time that when I would fall asleep, I would find the dreams were just so bizarre. And they were just like left field. And some of them were really interesting. I would dream about being out in space and looking up at the sky and seeing like these really bizarre stars. Stars that I had seen, you can't see in the naked eye, but like in one of them I saw like the nebula, which looks like an eye. But that was really interesting connection and communication there with the star family in that one. And so during that 1212 portal is going to be a new moon in Sagittarius, and it's a very powerful combination of energies. Shortly after that, it's going to be Mercury retrograde. When a planet goes retrograde, it's a lot of internal processing that is going on within ourselves. Since, a lot of the planets are also a part of us internally, they have an energetic effect within ourselves. So Mercury being that planet of communication, there is, a lot of communication that goes on internally where we can review of how we talk to ourselves and what words have we been using a lot lately that just no longer resonate or probably just don't serve you anymore. And maybe it's just time to make a change in the patterns of those words and how it's making you feel in that moment. So if there's, words that are being used that haven't been supportive, then it's time to really reevaluate those with this Mercury retrograde energy. And it looks like Uranus is still going to be retrograde until January 27th, and Jupiter until like the end of the month. So yeah, there is, a lot going on with these planets, and which is why I want to talk about how it all affects this whole 1212 portal, and the 5 themes around that are related to this combination of all these energies and the fact how it influences us in that moment as well, and taking advantage of this portal. before I jump in, if you haven't seen my podcast yet, check it out. It's all in the description area. I have many episodes that have been coming out. And I will be, in one of the episodes, I'll be talking some more of the 1212 portal as well. And there's going to be a meditation in that one. So do check it out. So if you haven't saved my podcast yet, now's the time. So that way you can receive messages as soon as they're released on my podcast. And this month, I'm going to be coming back as a guest on someone else's podcast, actually a returning guest on a podcast for Love Light, Living in the Spirit of Love with Dr. Jean Paresh. And it's going to be a Jamboree holiday message. So it's going to be fun holiday virtual party with special message and gifts and so forth. So join us live. All that information is in the description as well. And I do have a virtual group for 1212 portal where I'm going to channel light language, very unique codes of Christ consciousness for that portal for each one of us. And it's going to help uplift our light body and ourselves in every way to get us ready for the 2024 New Year frequency energy. Is going to be very potent. It's the number 8 because it's very expansive. So excited about that number. It's actually one of my favorite numbers. And I'll talk more about that as well at some point. But check out that information. It's in the description area, the registration link. And we are going to go live December 12th at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. And it also includes the December 21st solstice portal, which is December 21st. We're going to go live at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time for that one as well. And for that one, it's going to be so special because I want to do like a lot of cord cutting for this year, in particular for 2023. And also at the same time, do light language transmission to really upgrade more with the Christ consciousness energy. So as we cut the cords, we're going to receive is going to integrate more of the new energies for that portal itself. And I love these end of the year transmissions because I'm also receiving too, and it's helping everybody in the collective as well. So the more of us who join with this and do this in ourselves is increasing that potential within the collective to receive all this when it's, their time to also get it. And it's going to change you tremendously as well, because for the 1212 in particular, I'm going to do a new moon ritual also, where we could set intentions for the year and set them very powerful to quantum manifest. And I'll get into a lot of the 5 themes as to why that is. So I'm going to jump in now to these 5 things that you need to know about the 1212 portal. Number 1 is a very activating of the crown area, the crown chakra, right? And the third eye chakra. And they go hand in hand. So there is going to be like this increased flow of like channeled, messages that are unique to you in however way that is. So it has that potential, that opportunity with these light codes, these energies for this portal itself that are going to be shining a light on us during that particular moment, because the 1212 portal, that's when it goes in its highest peak, right, of energy on that day, because right now it's building up for it. And you may also be feeling it right now, like I am too. Number 2, it will feel like it's stretching out our light body and our quantum body. So it's what we are receiving is becoming more crystalline. So our physical body is moving away more from this like 3D matrix type, physical reality, and stepping more into our quantum field body, which is more of the ascension energy. And that's what it's going to feel like. And that's, if you're feeling certain symptoms around right now in particular, it's because it's really stretching our light body. We're becoming more expansive. In other words, our consciousness becoming more aware And so, yeah, there's times that you may feel like certain symptoms that may feel like out of sorts or sluggish because of the amount of energy that is taking, that sometimes they'll need some rest for that. So number three is there's this timeline folding, or it's like this quantum jumping of physical realities. So it's almost like feeling like you're not in that time, or you're not really feeling the time, is in other words. It's like you're maybe missing, certain appointments or meetings, or even like it just feels like you're not in time and space. And so there is a lot of the timeline shifting, and that's because when we're expanding more into these um expansive energies of the 5D or 6D or 7D, right? It's what it is a very expansive energy. So it's going to make us feel like we're not in time and space, because they don't really work at the linear level like the 3D reality works. So it's more of this flowiness type state of like just being with it. So that's what, this 12/12 portal is really going to be shifting a lot of that. So when we set those intentions with this new moon, it's really going to quantum jump a lot of these physical manifestations that you so desire. And so that's why I'm just so excited about setting these intentions on that day, and, working with that energy, because it's really going to support moving into 2024, it being an expansive, year. Is going to expand on all of this. And so number four is that we're being filled with crystalline light. So it's a good time actually to go on a retreat that day if you can, and just be with your own self to really connect with these energies of being more with your own crystalline self within, and just allow yourself to surrender to the flow of that energy, and just feeling whatever messages want to come in that moment as well. And number five, the last thing is to take a break, especially if you're feeling foggy brain. There may be a lot of common things around this, like if you're feeling a bit foggy in your brain, like you can't think very clearly. That's because of these heightened energies that's just rewiring and reprogramming, certain aspects of your body, of your light body and your quantum body. So as your consciousness is expanding, your body is also expanding with those energies, because it's your physical body being a temple is holding these higher, frequencies of light, encodements of crystalline energies. And so in order to hold this encodements, it needs to readjust itself. And so that's why it could feel a bit uncomfortable at times, and one of those common symptoms could be the brain fog and not being able to think very clearly. So that's pretty much the gist of the themes for this 12/12 portal. Do join me on the podcast when I do have the episode come out for this, some more talks about the 12/12, and as well as a guided meditation. And I also would love to have you in the virtual group with us to connect and set these intentions, because that can also serve as a mini retreat too for yourself, and connecting with these energies, these really potent energies, and doing it together as a group is even more potent. All right, well, if you enjoy this, make sure to click like and subscribe, for I will be posting more videos to come. All right, take care. Bye for now.